very much a cool girl style. I'm seeing a lot of like really cool New York creators doing it. Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ciara and I share videos on shopping for the best basics on the high street, how to build a capsule wardrobe, and lots of fun trend videos. So if that sounds good to you, then do hit subscribe because I would love to have you back for more videos. So in today's video, we are doing a roundup of the biggest spring-summer footwear trends. In one of my recent videos, I covered all of the biggest sneaker and trainer trends for 2025, and you guys absolutely loved seeing all of the different trends that we are seeing. So I thought I would do a dedicated one on footwear trends in general. I really feel like this year and this season in particular, there are so many cool new trends that are so much fun to style, and it's also giving me so many ideas for how I can tweak and personalize what I actually already have in my wardrobe as well. Everything that I mentioned will be linked right down in the description below, and I will also leave on screen some of my shoppable edits that you can find on LTK. I will link those in the description below. These edits are great because I can do all of the legwork for you and find the best pieces for all of these trends that I'm mentioning, so you will find all of those in the description below. But without rambling on too much, let's get into the biggest footwear trends that we're going to be seeing for spring summer. One of the biggest and probably the newest footwear trend that we're going to be seeing is the hybrid shoe, and I touched on this in my trainer video, which of course I will link below if you want to see that one. This is basically a hybrid sneaker or a hybrid ballet flat. This is a very new style. It's definitely not something that we've been seeing over the last few years, which I think is so fun. Basically taking something like a ballet flat and something like a sneaker and mixing them together. There are some great examples of the hybrid shoe trend on the high street, but I have the perfect example to show you today, and it's a pair of shoes that none other than Bella Hadid herself has worn multiple times. This shoe is called the Christina and it's from the brand Vivaya. They are a women's footwear brand and they are dedicated to comfort and style. So their shoes are absolutely gorgeous, but they are also extremely comfortable. All of Vivaya's shoes are made from recycled plastic bottles, which I think is so cool, and all of their packaging is really sustainable. It's all fully recyclable. Sustainability is really at the heart of them as a brand, which I think is amazing. Looking at the hybrid sneaker, this really is the perfect example of it because as you can see, it has all of the ballet flat details, beautiful satin finish, it's so pretty. It has this little ruched elasticated detail here, which is going to ensure even more comfort, but it's actually very ballet style. And then you also have these beautiful ribbon shoelaces. This also touches on another trend that I spoke about in one of my recent trend videos, which is personalizing your laces and customizing your footwear, adding double laces to their shoes. They're adding ribbons, they're adding charms. Vivaya really encouraged this with this particular style. It's the perfect shoe to do this. We're seeing this across fashion in general, where people are adding personality, they're adding charms to their handbags, even to their clothing. With footwear, this is definitely a real trend that we've been seeing. Miss Bella Hadid, who is definitely one of my style icons, she has been wearing these shoes. I think they're so cool. They're so easy to style with different outfits. I would wear these either dressed down with a pair of denim, or I would wear these with a maxi skirt and just kind of play into the more feminine element of them. Being a hybrid shoe, you could easily wear them with like some casual denim, a blazer, and kind of play on both sides of this shoe. Another massive trend that we are seeing this year, and particularly this summer with our footwear, is ballet flats. And again, this is something that we've seen creeping in over the past few years, but it is going absolutely nowhere. It's probably one of the biggest footwear trends that we are currently seeing. It's that switch to a more elegant, slim shoe as opposed to a chunkier trainer. And ballet flats, I personally have completely embraced them. I have some pairs in my wardrobe that are super, super comfy. So I wanted to show you this pair from Vivaya as the perfect example. So these are the Azura. They're also called the boutique flats, but I cannot explain to you the comfort of this shoe. It is completely foldable. You can see it's so flexible. They have this really thick cushioned padding. There is nothing worse than a thin ballet flat. When I was a lot younger, I used to wear cheaper, like not great quality ballet flats, and you would definitely know about it by the end of the day. This is a ballet flat I do serious mileage in. If you're looking for something, let's say for your workwear wardrobe that is practical and stylish but really, really comfortable, look at Vivaya's flats. They also do like ankle boots and kind of heeled versions. Their flats are probably going to be the most comfortable. These shoes and so many of their shoes are machine washable, which is so useful. I do so much mileage in my flats and my loafers and my shoes that they really do need made to be so comfortable. So if you're looking for something like that, I will link some of my favorite styles below. I'll also leave info for my exclusive discount code, as you can see here on screen. All of the info you need will be in the description below. I have another pair that I actually picked up for my mum because I know she is going to absolutely love these. She has a holiday coming up and I wanted to get her a really comfortable pair of strappy sandals. These are the Ciara. They are so comfortable. I have tried these on for her. We're actually the same shoe size. I will leave links to all of the shoes in the description below if you'd like to check them out. Moving on, let's look at the next biggest footwear trend we've been seeing this year, and that is loafers. I am a devout loafers fan, so I love how popular they are. And I think the biggest thing to note with this year is that it is again that switch to a slimmer, more elegant loafer. We definitely saw a lot of chunky loafers over the last few years from brands like Gucci, you know, Balenciaga. There were a lot of like really chunky loafers. I actually much prefer a slimmer style. I find them so much more comfortable. Brands like Flattered, I absolutely love their loafers. They're so comfortable. I personally love their bonbon style. They have this kind of penny loafer, slightly ruched style that I have done some serious mileage in. And then I also love the kind of Gucci style horsebit loafers. I found a really similar pair from brands like Sam Edelman, but they are some very Gucci-esque styles on the high street as well. I do think a slim loafer, despite being a huge trend this year, is a really classic shoe. So again, I mentioned workwear. I think finding a very slim, elegant, very comfortable loafer for your workwear is going to be so handy because you can wear it to the office, but you can easily style it day to day as well. I'm someone who wears my loafers dressed down with jeans. I wear them with maxi skirts, with A-line skirts, mini skirts even. I'll wear them with socks in like the autumn winter time if I want a little bit more warmth or comfort, and then I'll easily wear them without socks in spring summer as well. Now I know we touched on ballet flats, but another huge trend that we're seeing in footwear this year is the Mary Jane style. This isn't necessarily just in flats. We're seeing Mary Jane heels, typically kind of a chunkier heel and a lower block heel we're seeing in that Mary Jane style. It's something I absolutely love. I have a few pairs in my wardrobe. They're actually very comfortable, especially because of that cute little low heel. We're also seeing the Mary Jane style in kind of a ballet flat as well. It's quite similar to your classic flat. There are some great options on the high street. Again, I would really try to go for comfort because there is nothing worse than an uncomfortable pair of flats. I often feel like flats can be really deceptively uncomfortable, so I always recommend brands like Vivaya, brands like Flattered, ones that are really known for doing comfortable flats. It's really a non-negotiable for me at this stage. The next big footwear trend is definitely a summer one, and it is flip-flops. Now, of course, this is a shoe that we all wear in summer and it's always thrown into our holiday suitcase, but it is now actually a real fashion trend in and of itself. Flip-flops have really become this kind of understated street style cool girl thing, especially when they're styled not for beach and holiday wear. In particular, we are seeing the square-toed flip-flop, very much inspired by the likes of the Row with their absolutely gorgeous square-toed flip-flops. I much prefer going to the likes of Havaianas, who are such a great flip-flop brand in general, and they have the square toe. It's actually, I think, under €30 to pick up, and I have ordered a pair, so I'm very excited for them to arrive. If you already have a pair of flip-flops, simply styling them with your jeans, styling with them with your trousers, like styling them for day-to-day wear, I think is the key here. In with the flip-flop trend, we are also seeing heeled flip-flops, and this is something that we definitely saw last year. I fully embraced it. I really love this very minimal, it's almost like a vintage 90s style of a flip-flop kitten heel. Two pairs that I picked up actually from the same ASOS design brand, and they're so comfortable. They're like really well padded and they don't kind of rub between your toes. So I will link the exact ones that I have below. They're amazing. I have them in black and also in cream. But what we're seeing is basically a wedge shoe, kind of like a lower wedge, but in like a thong flip-flop style. And again, it's so chic. It's very vintage inspired. To me, it feels very 90s. We're seeing it styled with kind of like slinky midi and kind of like mid-length pencil style skirts. We're seeing it styled with capri pants, which again is another big trend for summer, and it's one that I have absolutely been embracing. Speaking of wedges, this is another huge footwear trend for spring summer. I would say it's a relatively newer one because wedges really had their moment about a decade ago. In kind of the early 2000s, they were really big news, and then they went away for a while, and now, like everything in the trend cycle, they are back around, and I have to say I feel like I'm ready to embrace them again. Really really been seeing them on the runways of the likes of Chloe. Chloe really championed the wedge in their styling, especially their summer styling. So many cork wedges, like chunky strap wedges with like that big thick strap over the foot, like a crossover style, raffia and woven style wedges. And we're seeing it, of course, all over the high street now as well. It can be so comfortable, which again is amazing in the summertime. Great as a summer shoe. I really do think that the cork style and the raffia style in particular, we are going to see so much of into this high summer season. It's just set to be so popular. Another footwear trend that definitely had its moment in the early 2000s and is back with a bang is the peep toe style. It's people like Sabrina Carpenter who have absolutely pushed this to the forefront because it's so her style. It's kind of like a vintage 1950s, worn with like a capri pant and like an off the shoulder top. Peep toe is very much that energy. They actually do look really gorgeous when they're styled well. I think that this can be a very vintage style shoe, and I think that if you style it right, I think it looks really, really good. And again, as I said, I think this looks beautiful with capri trousers, with like really girly skirt. A non-platform peep toe is my preference. I think when we do platform peep toes, to me, it's really bringing us back to the early 2000s. But at the same time, we're probably going to see the platform peep toes coming back in as well. Please let me know in the comments if you wore any of these trends back in the day, or if there's any of these trends that you are not loving the sound of. I really love knowing what you guys love, what you don't love, and if there's any you're embracing or if there's any that you're absolutely avoiding. So please do, as always, let me know what you think in the comments below. Speaking of dividing opinions, I would love to know what you think about this next trend. So the caged sandal. This is a huge summer footwear trend, and I know a lot of people are on the fence about this. I'm kind of going to group jelly sandals and cage sandals in together because they're very much a trend that kind of go hand in hand. Transparent, jelly, plastic, cage style becoming more and more popular. I have not picked up a pair of these yet. I worry that they would not be the most comfortable, especially in the heat when you think of the kind of plastic cage style. But some people absolutely love them, and I'm sure if you're going with the right brands, some of them probably are very, very comfortable. To me, it's very much a cool girl style. I'm seeing a lot of like really cool New York creators doing it and wearing it super well, but it's not something that I've embraced yet. It's not to say that I won't, but I'm just a little bit hesitant before jumping in. Will you be rocking jelly sandals this summer? I would love to know what you think. So next up, we're going to look at a footwear trend that doesn't typically seem like a summer trend, but it is definitely something that people are embracing this summer: the biker boot. This is definitely very Western in style, but it's not a cowboy boot. It is a biker kind of moto style boot. So think of square toe, often can have maybe a buckle or two or a strap, or it can just be plain. If we think of things like the extremely popular Fry boots, which are so hard to get your hands on, there are very similar versions available on the high street. I'll link some of my favorites below and you'll see some here on screen. This style of boot is super, super popular, and I think it's actually amazing for, let's say, a festival, or if you're going on, let's say, a city break where it's not high summer and you don't need to be wearing a sandal. I definitely have embraced this, and I picked up the most gorgeous pair of biker style boots from Bershka. They were actually a really good price and they're very comfortable. I lived in these on my trip to Nashville. I honestly wore them every single day, but I think biker boots in general, a very, very cool style, and it's something that you can wear now in high summer. Granted, maybe not on your holidays on the beach. Wear these coming into autumn winter as well, which I love when you have a piece that you can wear into different seasons. I did touch on this, but cowboy boots are definitely a trend in and of themselves. This year, cowboy boots are big news. We are all in our Western era. I know I certainly am. Between going to both Nashville and Austin this year, two places that are full of cowboy boots, I had to pick up a pair, and I went to Boot Barn and I got the most gorgeous pair of red cowboy boots. Wore them to one of my really good friends' hen or like bachelorette parties recently in Ireland, and we had such a ball. And like I said with the biker boot trend, it's definitely a style of shoe that I am wearing now. Granted, am I packing them on my beach holiday? No, but I am wearing them in the summer, especially to festivals and concerts and gigs like that. Absolutely be styling this coming into autumn winter as well. So definitely those last two trends, they're super popular this summer, but you definitely can wear them really for any season as well. So there you have it, guys. That is a roundup of the biggest footwear trends that we're going to be seeing for summer. Which of these trends are you loving? Are you embracing? Are there any that you're absolutely hating? Please do let me know in the comments below. In the description, you will find links to all of my shoppable edits over on LTK. I have absolutely done all of the hard work for you if you want to shop any of these trends. Trends. If you liked these trend videos and you'd like to see more roundups, then please do give me a thumbs up to let me know. And if you have not already, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week and I would love to have you back for more. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!